Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we decided to break out of prison, and there are encounters around here. I would recommend not fighting anything until we pick up characters, but I have transferred a bunch of things over to Zell, so now he has some junctions. In fact, right now he has what up until now had been reserved for Squall's junctions. Let's pop up here. The little creature falls behind. And we're on the 8th floor. Sneak up on these guys. Seed weapons. Why are they just hanging out here? Yeah, they said very few people seem to be using gunblades around here. For whatever reason, they translated nunchucks as nunchaku. I'm not exactly sure why. Like, it's some form of censorship from the research I did, but I don't see what difference it makes, to be honest. It's obvious what they are. But, yeah, whatever. I'm here to reclaim things. So yeah, let's take out some basic soldiers. There's nothing to worry about. Even if you don't have junctions, you'll be fine here. Sleep, silence, blind, and cure. That's all they have. So let's just finish them off there. And they go down pretty easily here. Not a whole lot to it. Yeah, even without junctions, you're doing, 50, 60 damage. You're still more than powerful enough to take these guys down. And we get a remedy and a potion. And 2 AP. Whoa. That'd be a piece of cake. And that creature sure is going overboard there with his... Oh god, they're imitating each other. Don't hit your face. Stop grabbing your leg. Laguna? What? I'm confused. Did we fade back into another Laguna sequence already? Whoa, what the hell's with these things? They are Laguna. I'm gonna go with that. They're Pokemon named Laguna, and so that's all they can say. Don't play with that. Oh, wait a minute. I'll take that. I was saying don't play with that. You might end up zapping me again, but these creatures seem to have helped me. That was weird. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you ready for something that makes absolutely no sense and is very, very weird? Well, too bad. What the hell? Zell? And stop looking up her skirt, Zell. What's wrong with you? I don't know if this is like a Power Rangers moment where they just decided they were going to do some animations and be really weird looking, but it doesn't make any sense. Nothing like this ever happens again. It just is. By the way, I didn't show it off, but even before, if you'd gone in here, we still had our weapons. They didn't go anywhere. You just couldn't use those characters during that sequence. I had showed it originally, but yeah, I think I kind of screwed up somewhere along the line and didn't hit record properly with the last episode the first time I tried to do it, and well, that footage is non-existent. Please give them something to complain about. If you hadn't done it, I did it off screen at the save point in between episodes, but if you hadn't, you would have wanted to set up all your characters with junctions for this fight, including giving somebody the Mug command. Lieutenant Biggs, Private Wedge. Biggs and Wedge. Are those the same ranks they had before? Ah! Should have taught you earlier, huh? Unarmed prisoners. It's a dog eat. Oh, crap. They're fully armed, sir. Well, we kind of broke out of jail. Time to go with Wedge. Alright, so Biggs and Wedge, round 2. Round 2 is pretty much round 1 with slightly more HP. More importantly, yeah, he's only a lieutenant now. I guess he was a higher rank before. I don't recall off the top of my head what his rank was before. These guys only have, let's see, around 1600 HP. However, they do have things that we would like to draw from them. But before we do that, somebody had confuses. I would recommend you do this if you're interested. Come on, video game. They are susceptible to confuse. And if you do get confused on them, you get some interesting scenes of it. There we go. Hurry up and attack, Wedge. There you go. You idiot! What are you doing? Uh-oh, what was I doing? Let's put it on Biggs and see what happens if we do it this way. By the way, after we do this, I'm going to draw these, which I believe are either one of them has regen, the other one has reflect. I want to draw at least 300 of each of those. And if you didn't want to go out of your way before to get the hastes, you can get them here. I wouldn't get a second set for characters because you don't need it. We only need the one set of characters to have it. But let's see what Biggs does here. Stop picking on us! Alright, do we get any other dialogue out of this? Nah, we'll hit him once here. There we go. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw these spells off screen, and then I will see you in a moment. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, I've healed some of the HP that I have taken off from these guys because, well, having Mug here would be beneficial. It's not required, but it would be beneficial. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and steal from these guys as well. And because they only have a little over 1000 HP, I don't want to do too much damage to them and kill them before I can Mug. So we're just going to keep doing this over and over again, and if it takes too long, then we will do this off screen as well. Okay, there's the Strength Love from Wedge. Oh, and by the way, the anti-magic field that seems to be so in effect here doesn't seem to be preventing me from, healing my enemies. Or myself, though I haven't had to do that yet. And there's the regen ring. Lovely. So I've gotten all the items that I needed to. If you don't have a Mug to get these, don't worry about them. They're not required items. If not, you would have gotten elixirs as drops and remedies as drops from Biggs and Wedge, respectively. Other than that, we can beat the crap up on these guys now and finish them off. No reason to keep them around too long. I don't want to be demoted. Wedge is pissed. Okay, we'll target Biggs now. Do you have any more dialogue? These guys are comic relief. They're no more dangerous than Team Rocket, but they usually have some purpose around to do something. Why? We were just getting started. Alright, so the way her slot works, since I haven't really gone over it in too much detail other than her special abilities, is you just do over her slot and she can get access to spells that she normally doesn't have, or she can get some of her specials, such as Full Cure. She can cast the spell more than once if it's not one of her specials. For the most part, I don't care too much about any of her options other than Full Cure, just because I find it's the most useful one. I think she has a wall ability too, which is kind of like Mighty Guard. Alright, let's go for one of the finishes here. We can. I'm not going to be able to, am I? Nope. Nowhere near enough time. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Well, we finished him off. What's below Lieutenant? I don't know, but you're going to get demoted again, aren't you? But yeah, if you, as I've said before, if you mug an enemy and you fight them and defeat them, you do not get their dropped items, which in this case would have been 3 elixirs and 8 remedies, which we don't really need. The other items that we got would have been, you know, are a better option. Again, we don't need them, but they're some of those nice to have items. No. You can rearrange the order of your battle items, which for whatever reason are randomly oriented in a really stupid way, but we don't need to worry about them. Yeah, I just like to use the automatic sort there just because it makes my life easier. But yeah, once you finish up with that fight there, I don't think you can just walk out. Oh, he's got another spider for us to deal with. Squall should be around here somewhere. Any idea? Oh. More of these creatures. I can speak. I feel kind of lucky. Let's go after them. So yeah, the idea is to go upstairs. Escape alert! Monsters will be set loose on each floor, though they were already there earlier. You have permission to kill. Anti-magic field will be lifted. Really? You don't say! Was it ever in effect at all? Luckily, they're nice to us and they don't make us listen to that crap the whole time. Now, most of the time there will be a block here between the stairs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to show you. So there's a block there, we can't get quite through there. We're supposed to follow those creatures upstairs. We don't want to do that first. There are, I think it's what, 13 floors, 14 floors? There are 15 floors to this area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom and I'm going to get all of the different rewards that you can get at each floor. See, we're on floor number 6 now. Now, some of these doors are just simply blocked off. And all of these floors look identical. If they're blocked off, there's nothing in those doors. Luckily, I don't have to check every single one of them because I have a very nice chart, which I will put on screen. Maybe after the battle, I don't know. But yeah, we also have new enemies to encounter around here, such as this guy. If you want to get Asuna spells from him, you can. You also want to mug him if possible. If you don't have mug here, don't worry about it. Can you card this guy? I know he is a card. Oh, steel orbs. Well, he's dead. That's fine. I wouldn't worry about carding enemies right now. We can continue to gain experience with this party. And again, I have Squall's Junction set on Zell, so that he has the strength bonus, more importantly than anything else. The magic ones, just because I got nothing better else to put there. As far as how I have my Junction set up, it's pretty basic. Shell and Life will be on elemental defense for the rest of the game. Right now, we have Death or Quake on HP, depending on who it is. Quake or Demi or Tornado or something powerful on Strength. We're not holding back anymore. We really don't need to. Curaga on Vitality, Triple or Tornado on Magic, and Dispel on Spirit, which are some of the best spells in the game for those stats. None of those are exactly the best, but they're most of the best spells. And now that we have a new spell, I can actually improve this. The regen spell is just as good as Dispel is, and it's actually better than Curaga. So we can now cycle Curaga down here and make that just a little bit better. And what else did we got? We also got Reflect. I can't remember if Reflect is particularly good on any... Oh, it's even better than Curaga. Never mind. Which means I can now put Curaga back on that. There we go. So that's nice. Got all-around great stats. Reflect is, I think, in the top 3 best spells for that particular stat. And Regen, I think might also be in the top 3 best for the other one there. So yeah, I'll do the same with the others here. Okay, we're back. Got all of our junctions all set up. So basically all of these areas are pretty basic and kind of boring. There's not a whole lot to them. 4, 5, okay. This one is interesting. Because in here, there is a guy here. What's up? I'll give you something if you win. You don't get anything for free here. 500 gil a game. You can challenge him to a card game, pay 500 gil, and play a game of cards. You would think this would be a terrible idea. But actually, it's kinda not. Not for this guy in particular, but there are definitely some nice prizes that you can get. Generally, you're going to get things like potions, eye drops, remedy, Gasol greens, and then if you're lucky, you might get something like a flare stone, or a mega phoenix, or a phoenix pinion. Now, those could be nice, and those are all of the rewards you can get for fighting that particular player, if you're so inclined. What do you have? You have haste and slow. I don't care. Let's finish you off. Actually, I think it's this one that I want to mug, isn't it? Good and steal. Come on, Quissa, steal that thing from you. Missile! There we go. He has a chance of dropping missiles as well, so you don't necessarily have to mug it, but if you manage to steal it from him, all the better. Because I don't think he's guaranteed to drop one that way, or you don't think you're guaranteed to mug one from him. But if you do happen to get one, missile, we learn micro missiles, which is a new blue magic for Kisis there. So, you know, there's that if you so care about that. And I think we've learned all of those other ones that we have items for at this point. So we're just going to keep rolling down here. And I think this door's open, isn't it? Yes. Here is a random box. Received a tent. I'm not sure why it's in a box, but it's the closest thing to a treasure chest that we get in the entire game. Yeah, you may have noticed by now, but there's not a lot of these. Can I go in? I can't go in that one. I'm not reading my my walkthrough thing particularly well here. Most of the enemies we've already encountered. It's those 2 robots. I can't remember anything else off the top of my head that happens to be around here. No, I'm still not reading my things properly. It's the next door. There we go. So there's an item in here. A pet house. Pet house is a tent for your GFs. It's not something that we need because our GFs don't lose HP because they don't use them. But at least not in battle. And we're still getting paid even though we're in prison. Gotta love direct deposit, eh? Alright, so here we get a pet name tag, which allows us to change the name of one of our GFs if we care. It's a completely useless item, but it's there, so I might as well show it. Oh yeah, and the reason why everyone now has more HP is because in one of the battles during the Laguna sequence, we managed to finally learn HP Junction with Diablos, and so we're good to go. By the way, this is the area that you want to learn Encounter Half for. So if you haven't learned Encounter Half with Diablos by now, this is your, well, not your last chance to learn it, but your last chance to get a really nice benefit out of it. Encounter None will still be something I'll want to learn before too long, but Encounter Half is all you need for here. Alright. Can I go there? No, Oh, hold up. Did I get that item? Okay, I did. Okay. I didn't really mention it, but we got the strength up from one of those chests there. So we're on the first floor, right? Is that what it said? Yeah, floor 2. So floor 1, we're down at the very bottom now. You can see we can get all the way around here. And we can duck, well, we can't duck down there. Not right now anyway, but... So anyway, let's go over here. Check out the last couple of rooms here. There's nothing in here. Well, If we go into junctions, you should have it. And we put on, no, you don't have it. Zell has it? Somebody has it. Move fine, there we go. There's a hidden save point in here. That's it. If you care, it's there. If not, move on. Let's put our auto haste back on. Thank you very much. And we're going to go over here. And this is the last room on our way down that we need to deal with. There is a magazine over here, Combat King 01. By the way, I've kind of vaguely mentioned this, but the way this works is you open it up, and now this move will appear in the sequence. Now, these moves appear in the sequence if you do the right, progression of abilities. But I don't know. I rarely use these death blows because Armageddon Fist is just way better anyway. Where's the other one? I thought I had another one, but yeah. The way these work is these are for Zell's limits, just like the Pet Pals ones are for Noah's limits, and these books allow us to get new weapons, if we care. All you have to do is open them in order to do that. So anyway, now that I've gone all the way down to the bottom floor to get those, I'm going to make my way back up to the save point on the 6th floor. Okay, we're back. We've made it to the 6th floor and we've saved. Now we're going to head up and continue a little bit. Now do note that this floor still does have that break there, and so does the 8th floor. The only interesting note about this floor is over here. There's somebody you can talk to. You may recognize this guy. He is a student from Balam Garden. He actually sets up a shop in the training center. I can't remember if I showed that off or not. We'll have to pay for our items, but we can shop with this guy if we so desire. What I'm going to do, actually, since I have way too much of these magic stone pieces, is I'm just going to sell all of them, because you can refine a bunch of them from cards, you get them from enemies, they're not really required for much of anything, and I'm going to sell, I'll sell a bunch of my screws. Still need some of them for some things, but what I can do with that is now I can use card mod, and I can get rid of all my Gizzard cards, and I can get rid of my Funger cards, and my Fight Bug cards. Anything else I can get rid of? I've already gotten rid of any cards. Abyss Worms, you could refine those. I have enough of those to get more tornadoes, actually. Cool. What else? Anything that, like Magic Stone or Wizard Stone, what they do when you look in here is they're just basically different levels of spells. So Thunder, Thundara, Thundaga. That's pretty much all they are. Now that I have windmills, there we go. Now I have more tornadoes. Lovely. That makes my life just a little bit better. And we'll put that on there, and then we'll put Quakes on your HP. Lovely. So yeah, you can talk to him if you need to buy or sell anything. That's up to you. Alright, so we're on the 9th floor here. Alright, so the only enemies I've fought thus far, and still getting paid for it, are those 2 robots we saw, the guards we saw Zell fight at the start, and I fought a Thrustivus, which is the enemy we originally drew Float from a number of episodes back. There's a draw point in here containing Berserk. We already have Berserks. And you didn't have to draw all the ones I did. You can easily get them from cards, which I guess I could show you which cards if you're so inclined. Actually, you know what? I'll save that for when I'm going to do a bunch more refining stuff later. That way it's all in one spot in case anyone wants to go back and take a look at it for future reference or something like that. All right, so 10th floor. We have stuff in both rooms here. Over here, we have a card player. Ah, Battle Meter. We charge 300 per game. So let's play a game of cards against him. I'm just gonna cut this out. Alright, all you have to do is beat him at cards. He sucks at cards, so that's all fine. And now you get more stuff out of your battle meter. He just upgrades it a little bit. There's no point in playing him, I think, after that. I don't know if you get anything else for it, but no worries. He's on the 10th floor there, and then in here, thank you, there is a save point. This is an important save point. You're going to want to save here. Okay, I saved and then I fought a battle as I was screen transitioning. And that was actually a Wendigo, which is another enemy that we hadn't fought in here yet. I'm not even sure if I've shown them off, actually, to be quite honest, but oh well. Over here, let's see. We have access to things in this room, I believe. Is there anything in here? Floor 11. Ah, right. A hidden Thundaga draw point, if you care. Sure, we'll draw some Thundagas, whatever. I don't really care. If I want them, I will card refine them. And let's see, this is the 11th floor. This is the last important thing that there is here. There is this guy. You want to play a card game? You gotta charge me. Only 200 this time. This is a little more up our alley. Not only is it cheaper, which of course doesn't matter at all, but the rewards from this guy, like the other one, Potion, Eye Drops, Remedy, High Potion Plus, which I'm not sure why they abbreviated things like that in this game. Holy Stone, it doesn't really matter. Mega Potion, nice, but nothing great. Ooh, Rosetta Stones. This game is very, very nice to us. Well, not that they intended it that way. The RNG is really nice to us. Go back to the save point, do a hard reset, and then we'll pick it up from there. Okay, one minor note before we do our reset here. This was what I went out of my way to get, I think you have it, Encounter Half for. You want Encounter Half at least for this. You can do it with Encounter None too. It doesn't make it any easier or any harder. Every guide I've seen recommends Encounter None, but I did this in my test run with Encounter Half and I didn't have any problem. So anyway, we're gonna save over the spot. Don't hold down Control R. Oops, can't do that in the menu. And do it that way. Actually restart. So in my case, I have to press the escape key, press the left arrow, and press the X key on my game, or on my keyboard. Not the X button on the controller. It's weird how you have to exit out of this game. Okay, so we've loaded up a new file. Immediately coming out of there, hold down. Then, as soon as you exit out this door, hold left, and then at that point that I froze on, change it to an angle up. Here, you want to hold down and to the left, slightly rolling the controller as you go. As you leave the screen, that should be the image you see of Cell facing the camera. Here, you want to hold right and up immediately till you get to about this point. And at this point, you want to change your direction to up and to the left. If you don't, you get caught part way. And keep holding that direction until here. Once you've got past the door, hold directly left. Once we fade on the screen, immediately we want to hold up. And then once we move just like this little tiny bit, when the screen's still fading in, change your direction to up and to the right. We get through the door, immediately start moving forward, holding up before you transition, and then just jerk the joystick over to the side. Now, the reason why I froze frame on a few of those specific spots was to emphasize in order to make this RNG manipulation work, it's all time-based. And the reason why I'm talking to this guy a whole bunch of times and saying no is again part of the RNG manipulation. If you have the Queen of Cards not in Delling City, and if she is there, there is an alternative for this, though it takes longer. But assuming you've sent her to Balam already, and assuming that you have Encounter Half on to avoid battles on that trek, you only need Encounter Half. Encounter None does the same thing, but just make sure you have one of them so that you don't encounter any battles along the way. And then you want to come up to this guy, challenge him to cards, and then decline. 54 times. If the Queen of Cards is in Delling City, it's 140 times, so please don't do that. why would we go through this long, drawn-out process just for whatever happens to be here? Well, I said it before, it's a Rosetta Stone. A Rosetta Stone, typically when you play against this guy, has a 3 in 256 chance of showing up as a prize. Now, do note that the 500 gil card player that we encountered first, I think he was on floor 5, you have a 1 in 32 chance of getting a luck up item from him, but it only happens once. I don't really care about it. It doesn't matter to me. This guy, you have a 1 in 32 chance of getting an HP up. Again, I really don't care, so just whatever, not a big deal. But for whatever reason, if you manipulate the RNG by doing a hard reset first and making sure your timing is impeccable, your timing window for this is, what is your timing window? Your timing window is like 0.4 seconds. But if you manage to do all of those screen transitions pretty much as fast as you can, challenge this guy to a card game 54 times, decline each one, and then challenge him to a 55th game and accept, it should have moved the RNG up fast enough or far enough so that you can get the Rosetta Stone. This only works on the hard reset point, so as soon as you do this, you get your Rosetta Stone, you go back to the save point, you save, you reset your console however you need to do, or, just exit out of the game and back in. And what I'm going to do in between episodes is I'm going to do this 2 more times for a total of 3 Rosetta Stones at this point in the game. Now, technically, yes, you can get these at this point in the game. You're extremely lucky, or if you manipulate the RNG. But it's, like many of the other things we've already done, it's game breaking. What the Rosetta Stone does, I'm going to save that until next time. We're going to start off the episode by demonstrating what we can do with this. But just so you're aware, it's kind of broken. Kind of really totally broken, like many of the other things we've already done. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over for today. I wanted to end off with this so that I could have a chance to do some of these in between. Now, do note that as you're doing this process, you're going to fail multiple times in order to get like the correct procedure. In fact, when I tried to do live audio or live narration on this, I failed completely. This is post commentary after I already made it work. But just practice a little bit here and there with encounter half on so you don't run into so many battles, and you should get it before too long. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we're going to try and continue to break out of prison, and we're also going to find out what exactly these godly stones actually do. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.